All right. Well, hi, Katie. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet today.
Yeah, of course.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. Enjoyed some of that nice weather and yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
isn't it so
How
great?
about you?
Yes. Well, it was great. My kids made me cute little things for Mother's Day. So, did you guys do anything here for Mother's Day with the kids?
No. Oh, you mean for the facility? Yes, we did. I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Like
so
crafts
sorry.
or something. I mean, I know
Yes,
my preschool
we
does
did.
that.
We took little pictures, and then they, wrote their name and a cute little note to mom, and yeah, it was
So
real
cute.
sweet.
Awesome. Well, what I'd like to do, I know when we talked the other day, you had mentioned that attracting and retaining employees has been a challenge, as it is with many other businesses that I work with. So today, I just really want to, go over some questions here to get to know your business a little bit better, and then I'll dive into Aflac and talk a little bit more about how we partner with companies to help them with just that. Because I know now more than ever, it's vitally important to find and keep those employees.
Yes.
Okay, so few questions here. What do you see the vision for the company over these next couple of years?
Yeah, so we are pretty short staffed right now, and to be where we need to be, we need at least another 5 employees. And then in the next couple of years, I would like us to increase in size, maybe not quite double in a couple of years, but that would be great. But certainly just growing, and so if we need 5 employees now, then to grow where I see us growing, we would need at least 4 or more.
Okay, that's great. I love people who are thinking big and into the future. Growth is always a good thing, better than the alternative.
Yes.
So if you are looking to add 5 employees now, what would that put you at?
Employee-wise?
Employee-wise, yeah.
Yes. So that would put us at 13.
Okay, so currently you're at 8. Are those full-time or part-time?
All full-time.
All full-time.
And then some.
And then some. Got it. Understood. So you're looking to add on more full-time employees then?
Yeah.
Okay. So what has been your biggest challenge with hiring?
Well, I mean, honestly, there's just so many freaking daycares out there. It's just, everybody is looking for help, and it's just, it's like I'm trying to pull someone from another daycare, and that's what I'm experiencing as well. Where they're here with me for a couple months, they get trained, and then they go to a daycare down the street.
What do you believe sets you apart, both as a preschool provider, but also as an employer?
Yeah, like it says, Crazy Katie's. We like to have fun.
I didn't know where that was
going. We like to have a good time. We spend a lot of time together here at work. So I try to give them as much time off as we can, but we also like to do some fun things together outside of work when we can too. So if things are going well, if we're increasing our numbers, then we'll do like a dinner and stuff together, go out, something like that. So it is very much a family oriented business without us being family.
Okay, that's great. I know people spend a lot of time working, so it's really important that they enjoy those around them and where they work. So if I was to be hired on here as a new hire, what could I expect?
Yeah, so after you've been here for at least 3 months, so we offer like vacation time. Of course, there are like work uniforms. They also have PTO time. We're closed on the holidays. We want people to spend time with their families, not be without them. So that's really it right now.
Okay, great. Well, have you taken a look at offering benefits before?
I did look at some benefits, and we looked at like a life insurance option, looked at some health care, and just for the size that we are, it was just way too much, way too expensive.
Not affordable.
Yeah.
How long ago was it that you looked at those things?
Oh gosh, might have been like a year ago.
Okay. For your employees, do you know, do they have health insurance? Whether that be through the marketplace or a spouse?
I
Don't know. Okay.
No.
What would you say the average age is for your staff?
Yeah, so most of us are in that like 25 to 40 range.
Okay, great. And male to female ratios?
All ladies.
All ladies. I didn't want to assume, but that sounds very familiar. And what would you say the average wage is, or the starting wage for somebody?
Yeah, so we start out at $20 an hour.
Oh, wow, that's great. You really are trying to find great candidates.
That is right.
I will
Yes,
tell
we
all
are.
of the other preschools I work with that you are a big spender over here. $20. Sidebar, not really.
We
Great.
don't have a lot to offer them in the way of benefits, so if
No,
we
that
can
is-
make that up in pay, then
That is perfect. I think that's a great methodology. So as far as wages go, do you typically give raises? If so, what does that look like?
they do get like an annual raise, yes, and 2%.
Okay. I'll have to do the math on that to figure out what it is later, but
Me too.
it's great. All right. Well, it sounds like you really care about your employees, which I absolutely love. But looks like you need to find more of them, right? So I think those are all my questions for now. I may have a few more along the way, and I may circle back for a few at the end, but go ahead and dive in, of course, to AFLAC. What do you know about AFLAC?
Well, I know you guys do like insurance, and I've seen like some of the commercials and stuff, so
Yes.
that's about what I know.
Everyone knows the duck and nobody knows what we do. That's why I have a job. And so we are a Fortune 500 company. We continue to be on Ethisphere's World's Most Ethical Companies list since the inception of that. I like to just point that out because I hope 100% of people I talk to just care about working for a company that's just doing things right, or working with a company that's doing things right. And so a little bit about AFLAC. We are different than your major medical. So health insurance pays doctors and hospitals. AFLAC pays the person going through whatever they're going through. So when they get money from AFLAC, they can do with it whatever they'd like. If they need to pay doctor bills, absolutely fine. But what most people do is they pay their rent, their mortgage, utilities, keep food on the table. We're here so they don't lose it all. Okay. So like I mentioned, we are the industry leader in the supplemental insurance space. We work with nearly 500,000 companies here in the US. That goes anywhere from a small 3-man group all the way up to a large company and anything in between. Okay, and so we work with nearly 50 million policies worldwide. We do operate in the US and Japan, and we've been around, of course, since 1955. So 4 main reasons businesses partner with us. We fit with current benefits. Currently, you're not offering traditional like health benefits, so we're not looking to replace anything, but if ever you were to add anything, aside from, of course, the AFLAC, there's no coordination of benefits, okay? AFLAC is easy to administer and manage. Essentially, I'm a free extension of your HR. This isn't meant to be more work for you. I'm gonna help with everything AFLAC related. As far as claims, questions, education, I'm your go-to person. I wanna provide a service that you wanna tell all of your friends about, okay? Obviously, offering benefits, we're having this conversation today, helps with attracting and retaining employees. It's actually said 6 out of 10 employees would leave a job for less pay and better benefits. That's just the reality of where we are. And you are paying a great wage, but the reality is you can only do that for so long, right? You gotta think of, or you'll have to look at other ways to be creative and when it comes to attracting and retaining employees. And then AFLAC, it's insurance people want and need. I can't tell you how many times I hear, oh, they don't want it, they can't afford it. But once I'm given the opportunity to explain what it is, what it does, what it covers, they're well-received benefits. I would ask that if this is a benefit that you want to make available, that I be the one to educate them. If you were to go to your 8 employees currently and say, hey, I met with AFLAC, sounds great, are you interested? I can almost guarantee that they're going to say no. Nobody wants more insurance until they understand what it is. Everybody immediately goes to health insurance, and of course that costs an arm and a leg, and we're different than that. Okay, so I would say that today we're not deciding do your employees want benefits, but we are deciding do you want to make benefits available. And if that answer is yes, you do, I'll be the one to educate them. Is that fair?
Yeah,
Okay,
that sounds
great.
fair.
So other reasons businesses partner with us. Most of our plans can be offered on a pre-tax basis. So for every dollar spent pre-tax, you as a business owner can save 7.65 in FICA. I know it's not millions, but being a business owner myself, every little bit helps, of course, on that bottom line. And the employees get savings as well. We have seen an improvement in workers' comp. Have you had any concerns there?
No, fortunately, no one's getting
Great, yeah,
hurt on the job.
Yeah. Great, no kids
Yes.
have been biting teachers or anything like that. That's great.
No, we kick them out otherwise.
Oh, good. Send them to the principal's office, right? Well, we have seen companies, have an improvement in their workers' comp because we do offer 24-hour coverage. Clearly, that's not a problem for you, so that's wonderful. We also, I mentioned employee retention, of course. We can help with retaining employees. I think that's why we're having the conversation today. And of course, the hiring marketplace. We know that there are daycares and preschools all over the place, and 100% of them are hiring. And so really by offering benefits helps give you a competitive advantage in that hiring marketplace. You do pay a fantastic wage, but like I said, others are going to try to keep up with that. And so by implementing benefits helps just give you a competitive advantage when you're meeting with those potential employees. What's going to make them want to come here versus down the street. You offer more. Mm-hmm. Okay, and so flexible funding options. AFLAC can be funded one of three ways. Of course, you as a business owner could fund a flat dollar amount. That, of course, is a fixed cost and a tax benefit. And of course, you could select a plan. So if you want to give everybody a cancer plan or a life plan or what have you, you could select a plan and then they all get that, or you can keep it completely employee funded. I would say that is a popular option as well, meaning if an employee chooses to participate, it just comes out of their paycheck, and then you would be the vehicle for them to get it. Okay. However you choose to fund AFLAC, they're getting great rates and products because of that. Things that they couldn't call me and say, hey Maria, can I get this, right? Okay. It's only coming through you at a great rate. Okay, so we all know what health insurance, how health insurance has changed over time. What they're charging is going up and what they're paying is going down. So there's this huge gap to us as consumers that is now there that wasn't before. And the reality is three things will always happen if somebody were to get sick or hurt, whether that be me, you, one of your employees. Even with the best health insurance, you still have to pay something. Of course, your regular monthly bills, they keep coming in. They don't care, of course, if we get sick or hurt. They still expect us to keep up. And then, of course, decreased income. Let me ask you this. If one of your employees were to get sick or hurt and could not come and perform the duties of their job, are you able to continue paying them?
Oh, no.
Of course. That's great. That's a great business plan. That really eliminates the gray area. So has anybody ever come to you for a pay advance?
I've had a couple girls in the past come to me and I just
shut it down
real quick.
Understood.
Yeah.
Right, and so we have seen employers put what we have into place so that it really eliminates any of those conversations of like, would they pay me, would they not? It's very much a clear black and white, like you could say, hey, well, did you talk to AFLAC? That's what it's here for, right? And so we have a few things here. We have found that 58% of medical bills were due to bankruptcy, and 58% of employees do not have $1,000 in their bank account for an unexpected medical bill in the next 30 days. And so people used to think, oh, I've got health insurance, I'm good. The reality is that's not the case anymore, okay? And so a few recommendations that I have for you. Sorry, I was like, is it going down? The first thing I'd like to make available, I believe, would be the short-term disability. That is essentially insurance for your paycheck. So basically, it's one of the top 5 things people look for from their employer. We're all working because we need a paycheck, and the reality is we can't go without it. And so by making this available, it gives your employees a plan, right? And so depending upon what they choose, of course, it is our most customizable plan, but when I talk to them, I'll go over how quick we pay, how long we pay, and what we pay. But just know that you're helping them insure their greatest asset, which is the ability to earn an income. And just one thing, being with the demographic of your employees being females between 25 and 40, my guess is some of them would like to have families if they haven't already. And so this does pay for a maternity leave of up to 5 to 7 weeks, depending upon how they have the child. Okay. And so I think that'd be a great perk for you. Additionally, I do believe making the hospital plan available would be also great, just because that is helps with those things that essentially you're going to use your health insurance for. So whether they have health insurance, don't have health insurance, doesn't matter. But there's a confinement benefit, and then things for physician visits, testing, surgeries, you name it. Well, again, when I go over them, I'll explain in more detail. But that would be a great, what I would call, maternity package for your staff.
Okay.
And then third, I'd like to make available the accident policy. That is just our most utilized plan across the board. 24-hour coverage on or off the job for seeking treatment for accidents. There's small to large and anything in between. They can cover, of course, dependents. There are well checks, and there's even an accidental death benefit built in. If God forbid somebody dies in an accident. Okay. And we do have also network dental and vision available too, because those are some of the top benefits requested as well. And so that is something we can make available if desired. And those are pretty straightforward. They work just like other network dental and vision. Okay. And so any questions on that?
No.
Okay. So when I meet with the employees, I'll explain in detail what those plans cover and cost. I will tell you, on average, for a weekly paid employee, they're between $5 and $9. Okay, for individual coverage.
Wow.
But on some of those things, they can cover dependents. So with them, I will talk about what makes sense for them. Okay. And so if after being educated, it does take 3 people to participate in our plans. So if after being educated, 3 or more people were interested in AFLAC, is that something you'd be willing to payroll deduct for them?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Once I go and chat with all the girls and, see if it's something that they want to do, then yeah, I don't see why we can't do that.
I hear you. I totally respect that. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a business decision, not a benefits decision. Today we are talking about, do you want to make benefits available to your employees, right? Not do they want it. When I talk to them, I'll determine do they want it after they're educated. This isn't meant to be more work for you. So we don't want to go back and ask all of them, because of course they're going to think, oh no, we're good, we don't want any more insurance, because they don't understand what it is. So in order for this to help you with those future employees that you need, and not only to keep the employees that you have now, it would be best if it comes, of course, from me. Okay. So what we'll do is, if you're okay with making the payroll deductions, what we would do is I would schedule a day. And I know typically over nap time works best for you all. So we would schedule a couple of days to be here, and I would meet with each employee one-on-one, where I could explain what the benefits are that you're making available, talk about, what it would do, what it would cover, of course, how much it costs. Let them have that information. If they want it, great. If not, no big deal. But at least they know firsthand what they're saying yes or no to. Okay. So we'd schedule based on 8. I would probably do 2 days where I will come in and meet with them over lunchtime, and then make a follow-up day available, just that way if anybody wants to speak it over with their spouse, need to think about it. Of course, I don't want people to feel pressured that they have to make a decision right then.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
And so typically what I know from past experiences, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday typically are good days. The Mondays and Fridays, not so much.
Yes. And then nap time is usually we're getting them down by 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You'll probably have to go from like room to room though.
Yep.
To
mobile office.
talk with each person.
Totally fine. We can definitely do that.
Okay.
So I can do. I do have availability actually next week. I don't know what that
okay.
looks like for you. Would you be available?
Well, let's see. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I will put you down for Tuesday, May 17th at 1 to 3. And then again, I'll be back on Wednesday to meet with the other half. And then, of course, Thursday if we need it. Or if we don't, we'll decide then. Okay. Perfect. Well, when I meet with them, I'll get the documentation and bring that back, because we are offering pre-tax benefits. I do need to meet with everybody.
Okay.
And I will get the documentation whether they want to participate or they don't.
All right.
Okay. And that's great. So what I'll do, I will also bring back communication to your employees so that they know what's happening, right? We don't want it to be a surprise that day. How do you typically communicate with your employees?
I mean, normally we just text each other, so it's really.
Okay, well,
Since
great.
there's so few of us, yeah, we just kind of
Sure.
text each other back and forth.
Absolutely. Well, what I'll do is I will put together a text and I will send it to you
Okay,
and you can forward it out to them. But what I'll also do is I will put together a landing page because of course everybody's on their phone these days. So we have a landing page that will just highlight some of the AFLAC plans we'll be talking about.
Okay.
And at least let them know that we're coming.
Okay.
So I'll bring a flyer with a QR code for you to put in the lunchroom.
oh, okay, cool.
And so between now and Tuesday, what we'll need to do is just a quick call with AFLAC to verify that you're a business and that I'm an agent and you're okay with me talking to your employees.
Okay.
And so that typically takes about 15 minutes. And what you'll really need for that is basic information and then also your tax ID.
Okay,
Okay, so I can do that with you now if you're available. Otherwise, I can come back on Friday.
why don't you come back on Friday?
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then if we could do about the same time,
Okay,
does that work?
10 o'clock, sure
Yeah.
thing. Okay, perfect. So when I come back, what would be helpful is an employee list.
Okay,
And that's just, it can be very general, their name and their phone number, and even an email. But that will help me make sure that everybody is seen on Tuesday and Wednesday.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can have that.
And you can have that ready for me
Sure.
on Friday. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I really look forward to working with
Yeah,
you, and I will
thank
see
you.
you Friday for that call.
All right, that sounds good.
Thanks.